and welcome back to my doll collecting channel. My name is Sophia and today I'm going to be showing you a very cool and unique doll that I picked up from the thrift store yesterday, and I think she's really cool, and I think a lot of people who watch my Maplelea videos might find this video interesting because this doll is made by the same parent company that makes Maplelea. So this is the doll that I found at the thrift store. It is an Anne of Green Gables doll, and if you don't know, Anne of Green Gables is a classic book set in the early 1900s, or I think it was published in the early 1900s. I want to say 1908, but I'm not too sure. But it is a book written by a Canadian, Lucy Maud Montgomery, and she actually lived where I live, Prince Edward Island. So we're both from Prince Edward Island, and the story takes place in Prince Edward Island. So this doll is special because I've actually had her before. I found this doll at the thrift store, or my version of the doll at the thrift store, and her leg fell off. So I got rid of her recently, and I've kind of been regretting that decision, but I wasn't too upset about it because living in PEI, I see these dolls fairly often. So I'm like, you know what, next time I see one in good condition, I'll purchase her. And I did find some, but people often use them as play dolls, so her hair wasn't in great condition, or she was missing her boots or something like that. So I didn't purchase those ones that I had seen before. But then when I found this one in box, and originally I was planning on taking her out of the box, but now I'm thinking of repairing the box, and I'll do that in this video if I decide to do it. Clean her up, maybe add some glue to the plastic, and just keep her in the box. I also need to tidy her up and her face and all that stuff. But this doll, I believe, is from the 80s based on things that I've seen. I want to say 89 was, I think, maybe the one that I had before. I've also saw another one on eBay that was from 1992. So these ones did exist for a few years, and I think they were super popular because like I mentioned, I've seen them at thrift stores, and I saw some at garage sales, flea markets, that sort of thing. Also, I find them in my area on Facebook Marketplace a lot, and there is different versions of this doll. This one is the waiting at the train station version of the doll, which is kind of her classic look. Very heavily inspired by the movie that came out during the 80s. Now, there is another series, Anne with an E, which is based off of the same book. But they're two different interpretations of the Anne of Green Gables book. And now there is a new anime that's coming out. There was an anime, I think it was translates to like Red-Haired Anne, and that came out like in the 80s, I want to say, maybe the 90s, I can't remember. And now there's a new anime that's just being released in like the last few weeks. So there's lots of versions of Anne out there, but this is definitely inspired by the movie that was out in the 80s. But there is other versions of it. There is one where she kind of has this like brown or red dress that's based off of her fancy dress, and then she has a school outfit, and I was even able to find a Diana version of this doll, which I would love to have a Diana version because it's hard to find Diana dolls, and Diana was one of my favorite characters in Anne of Green Gables. So I love Diana and Anne and their friendship. So if I found a Diana doll, now that I know what she looks like, I will pick one up if I see one at the thrift store. It's kind of tricky because Diana doesn't have as iconic of a look. Like when I find a doll at the thrift store, I immediately know if she's Anne of Green Gables or not because, you know, you see the red braids and a green outfit, you know it's Anne of Green Gables. With Diana, the interpretations vary drastically. So yeah, that is Anne in the box here. So this is the box. So very cute, very 80s though, as you can tell with the graphic design. And this is what she looks like. And there is kind of this paper in the back, wallpaper in the back that looks like a train station, which you can't see too well, but maybe if I clean it up, it will look nicer. But again, very 80s there. And then here's the back of it. Maybe, I don't know if you'll be able to see and zoom in, but there is the story on the back. And then waiting at the train station, talking about the scene that this is portraying, this doll is portraying, more Anne of Green Gables. And then there's like a sticker up here. I tried to find how much this doll would have cost, which I didn't assume that much because of how many I've seen. So I assumed, this is just me assuming, that these were sold in like gift shops. Like there's a lot of Anne of Green Gables type gift shops and stores and things that sell Anne of Green Gables merchandise. Some stores are dedicated to just Anne of Green Gables merchandise where I live. So I'm like, this doll probably was like in every store, probably sold at the Green Gables Museum, that sort of thing. I mean, that's what it would be now. I don't know what Anne of Green Gables, the museum, looked like in the 80s. Maybe they didn't have a gift shop. Yeah, I could see this definitely selling at the Green Gables Museum. or the Anna Green Gables store, which is an actual official thing. The reason I decided to show it on this channel is because it is actually a Avonlea Traditions doll, as you can see with the copyright on the back here. Avonlea Traditions is the parent company of Maplelea, and it has existed for a long time. And that's one of the reasons my mom actually bought me a Maplelea doll when I asked for them, because she was a huge fan of Anna Green Gables, and she knew that Avonlea Traditions was like the brand that you would buy if you wanted Anna Green Gables, like high quality Anna Green Gables merchandise. Like, it was really sought after if you were an Anna Green Gables collector. So when they released the Maplelea girls, my mom was definitely willing to get one because she knew that they would be high quality, and they definitely are. So, and that's why they were able to do the Anna Green Gables outfit years ago, because they had the rights, because they were making all this Anna Green Gables merchandise, like this doll that they had made in the 80s, almost 90s, like late 80s, 90s. So yeah, this doll is really cute. I'll also show you my Anna Green Gables doll collection, so stay tuned for that. So this is my new Anna Green Gables shelf, and as I was collecting them from around my house from the various different spots I have Anna Green Gables things, I realized that I had more than I thought. So this is kind of an overview. So I have some of my soft dolls here, and then I have these two figures here, and then I have like a porcelain style doll, and then I have two crocheted, or I think they're knitting actually now that I look at it, knitted dolls. Then I have my illustrated Anne of Green Gables book, which I actually got for $1 at a library book sale, which I think is awesome. Probably one of the perks of living in the place that Anne of Green Gables takes place. But then we also have my Stacy Anne of Green Gables Barbie doll. Now she's not technically a Barbie, I think she's Stacy, but you know what I mean. And as I was filming this video, I remembered that I had two more Anna Green Gables dolls in my American Girl dollhouse. So I have this little porcelain doll here, and then I have this ornament. So I did not know that I had two of a very similar looking doll, because as you can tell, the only difference between these two is this one has a dark green apron, this one has more of like a beige brown apron. But these ones I think are official Anna Green Gables merchandise as well. And one has a hat, this one does not. But these kind of little rag dolls, believe they're both from a thrift store, but I bought them in those like bags where you get something else with them. Don't remember what else came with them. I've had them for years. And I think technically this one's my mom's, but I stole it for this video, and hopefully she doesn't miss it. She probably won't. I stole it from my family's library that we have, so it's not in there. So hopefully we'll see how long it takes her to notice. But she watches my videos, so maybe. Well, anyway, sorry Mom, I stole your Ann doll. And then speaking of dolls that were my mom's, this was also my mom's from the 80s. So yeah, this is her Ann doll, which she gave to me as a kid when we visited Prince Edward Island for the first time. But then I got my first own Anna Green Gables doll, and that is this one here, which is from 2007. And then this is the new version that they have. So this is kind of like all the same type of doll that you'll see, kind of the soft plush doll. They like redesign it every few years. So this is like the newest version they have. And I don't like this design too much. Like she kind of looks like, I don't know, a Girl Scout or something like that. Like it doesn't look very Anna Green Gables to me, especially with the stripes, and she doesn't have an apron or anything. I don't like this design, but I got her because I wanted memories of this is what the plush Ann doll looked like, and I bought her last year in 2023. So this, and they're still selling this. So or no, I got it in 2024. So yes, this is what the doll looked like in 2024, and this is, they haven't changed it. So this is what she looks like if you were to buy a plush doll of Anna Green Gables at like an Anna Green Gables store or something like that. So that is that doll. And then I saved this doll for last because she is my favorite, and I'll tell you why, and I'll show you why she is my favorite. So I bought her as a kid at Black Creek Pioneer Village. If you live near Toronto, you know that that is a pioneer village. Very cool place. but this doll was there for like $24, and she came with a whole bunch of cool stuff, which I'm going to show you now. So this doll, this is like her main outfit, and she comes with a hat that comes off and it has this little bow on the back of it. Her hair is braided with these green ribbons. These two pieces are detachable, and so you have this nice green dress underneath and then a green apron. This little bag that she has here. She also came with a slate, and she came with a nightgown and cap. So this nightgown is really cute. Love this doll, used her all the time. She was just fantastic. I got her, I remember having Taryn at the time, so I must have been 8 or 9 years old when I bought her, and I remember buying her with my own money. Another one of my favorite things in my collection is this here. This, I don't know if it's porcelain, but it's this figure here. It is breakable, so I'm going to be careful with it. But I bought it on my second trip to Prince Edward Island in 2014. Yeah, 2014. And it's really cool because I bought it and I really I looked at it and I really liked it. But the thing that sold me on it is that it is Avonlea Traditions, as you can see there. And I was like, oh, those are the same people that make Maplelea girls. And even though I was kind of starting to get out of dolls, at that time, I was like, this is really cool. I know it's high quality. So I did buy her, and I liked her because she had kind of, like, she looked a little bit different from Anne that you typically see with like the green on green. So it's like brown or like this peachy color on green, and then these beautiful flowers and this bag, and like it's just very high quality. And I'm gonna zoom in on her face, but yeah, as you can see, very detailed even with the bows and things. I like her because her hair is a little bit more brown, but it is really cute. And then again, a little bit different on the dress. Nothing green, like this is yellow and this is purple, which I find interesting. Like there's nothing in the book I think that says that she wore like green on green, but I think because it's Anne of Green Gables, people tend to dress her in green. But my mom had this. She originally got it at a thrift store. She was thinking of getting rid of it, but I said I wanted it because I could just tell that it was very high quality. So I'm glad I saved it from the thrift store. Then we have my Stacy doll, given to me by my aunt. She found it at a thrift store and it was in the package, and I took it out of the package and they were horrified. But I'm glad I did that because I played with her all the time. And then we have my crocheted Anne and Diana dolls. This is what they look like in their outfits. The hats do come off. Very cute. This lady who was knitting them she was at like a museum, and she was knitting them and selling them around Christmas time, and my mom bought these and then she didn't want them anymore and she gave it to me. But she had like Alice and Disney characters, like Alice in Wonderland, Disney characters, like whole bunch of cool stuff, like Wizard of Oz, like so many cool characters. And I was overwhelmed and I didn't get one, and I totally should have gotten an Alice one because she had a deal if it was like buy one get one 50% off or something like that. So I should have got two. Like I should have got Dorothy and Alice or something like that, and she had like Wendy from Peter Pan and like so many cute ones. And I was like, okay, next time she comes to a festival or something, I'll pick some up. But I never saw her again, so big regret there. I also forgot to mention when I filmed this video the other day that I have two custom Anne of Green Gables Maplelea dolls. So this doll right here is technically a Jenna doll that I found at a thrift store, and I decided to make her a full-time Anne of Green Gables doll, and I made this outfit for her. And this is a Taryn doll that I turned into Diana, and she is also wearing an outfit I made. And since this is a video kind of about Maplelea dolls, this is my Maplelea collection. I also have another doll up here, first generation Leonie, and then a Maplelea friend down here. And then I have my other dolls here. So I have Taryn, Brienne, Samuel, formerly known as Sila, and then I have my Sila, Alexi, Leonie, Jenna, my Maplelea friend Clara. We have Anne, Diana, first generation Leonie, and Dorothy. So that has been my video showing my Anne of Green Gables collection. When you're watching this, I have not cleaned up this Anne doll yet, but you have already seen me clean it up earlier in this video. So that has been my collection. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you maybe learned something about Anne of Green Gables, Avonlea Traditions, and the parent company of Maplelea. If you like this video, consider subscribing or following my Instagram. And if you like my channel, consider sending a donation. It really helps small channels like me out. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.